So everything I do here at Fuzzlord Effects really stems from my love of music. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always really passionate about music, and starting from about 6 years old, I started listening to records. So when I was 6, my dad used to let me borrow this little portable record player that I could take to my room, and then I could borrow like 2 or 3 records at a time from him. So today we're going to talk about that a little bit in this video. Check out some records from my collection that are important to me. A lot of the Fuzzlord pedals have been inspired by music that I really like. So we're going to talk about some records, maybe some pedals that have been inspired by them. We're hanging out here in my living room today. I'm going to get some incense going, and we're going to check out some music together. So I'm sure that you've heard you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but with records, you sure can. This was one of the first records I ever borrowed from my dad. It was this one of the Stray Cats albums, and Heartbreak Hotel, a little 45 RPM record from my dad. So Black Sabbath Paranoid has been a part of my life since I was about 6 years old. I just thought the cover artwork was really cool. The colors and everything. And then the first time I heard Iron Man, I was just, of course, as a little kid, hooked on this. So I'm gonna put this on, we'll listen to a little song clip. I'm curious to know what one of your favorite songs is off the Paranoid album. And then here at Fuzzlord, was just always such a big fan of Tony Iommi's guitar playing and his guitar tone. So a couple of years back, I started working on the Riff Master pedal, which is a directly inspired by Tony Iommi's guitar tone. The Riffmaster was a clone of the Dallas treble booster pedal, which is a huge part of Iommi's tone. The Gibson SG Dallas treble booster into a Laney super group. So I managed to source a bunch of the new old stock germanium OC4 transistors. They were expensive, hard to find, couldn't get a lot of them. You really had to sort through a lot of them to get them in the right gain ranges. And the thing that I did on that circuit that was really fun to me was add a rotary switch on it to select different input capacitors that basically took you through the different tones Iommi used through Black Sabbath. In the early days of Black Sabbath, Iommi was using a stock Dallas Rangemaster. Sorry if I got that wrong before and just called it a treble booster, which cut out a lot of low end. But as Sabbath went on, the tunings went down, his guitar tone got heavier, and he had his pedal modified to allow more bass into it. So enough about the Riff Master, which is actually going to be coming out again soon. Let's check out the track from Paranoid. Influences in music did come from my dad, who was a guitar player. He collected records. He was also a mechanic. He was into vintage cars and motorcycles. So it makes a lot of sense that I was listening to some ZZ Top when I was a kid. ZZ Top is just an awesome band from Texas. I always thought it was cool that they were a 3-piece, and that the guitar tone was awesome. It was blues-inspired music, and that later in life, once I started getting into pedals and stuff, I found out how completely obsessed Billy Gibbons was with guitar effects. Fuzz faces, I believe he got into the Analog Man sun face pedals and was stacking 4 or 5 of them together. I saw a lot of that in the documentary Fuzz, The Sound That Changed the World. They interviewed him quite a bit. So we're gonna check out a song off of the best of ZZ Top. Again, if you got a favorite song off of any of these albums, drop it in the comments below.
Rumors spreading round, United takes its time, about to shack outside game. You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that whole mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Big part of what got me interested in playing guitar was my love and appreciation for the music that we're checking out today. So in my early 20s, I got really into like garage rock, like more modern garage rock. So the next one we're gonna be checking out is the OC's Putrefiers 2 EP. One of my favorite guitar players of all time is John Dwyer. I think he's an excellent songwriter. He played a acrylic SG made by the Electrical Guitar Company. It was the first time that I ever saw one of those guitars. They're really known for their live concerts and just having a lot of energy. And all of their different albums, I don't want to say they do concept albums, but all of their different albums sound different. So the new one that just came out seems very like Subhumans and the Addicts inspired to me. It's more like garage punk kind of stuff. They got some more psychedelic stuff, and they also got some stuff that kind of borders on the line of krautrock, like the band like Noi, for example. He also uses a lot of guitar effects. I believe he uses a Space Echo. He plays a Music Man amplifier, and I think he uses the Death by Audio Fuzzlord pedal. So let's check out a song off this record. If you're a fan of the OCs, let me know one of your favorite albums or songs. When I was getting into making guitar pedals, a lot of the music I was listening to at the time was like heavy down-tuned doom metal. One of those bands being Monolord. I was of course like into Electric Wizard, Sleep and stuff like that. But Monolord is a special band to me because they were, the name Monolord was a lot of the inspiration behind the Fuzzlord name for the guitar pedal company I run now, which has been It'll be 8 years in August 2024. So we're going to check out Empress Rising. I think this is the self-titled album. After I started making more pedals for Fuzzlord, I eventually got in touch with Thomas from Monolord and actually made him and sent him out one of the FU2 pedals that was heavily inspired by his guitar tone. Let's check out Empress Rising. One of my favorite bands at the time and still is the Slowmatics. I don't have the album cover for this one handy. I have it framed elsewhere. But we're going to check out a song off of Canyons from the Slowmatics. They're a two-piece doom metal band from Belfast, Ireland, real similar to like Conan and that kind of like heavy down-tuned doom metal. They're a three-piece band, 2 guitar players and a drummer. The drummer sings. Cool thing about this album is it actually features the Fuzzlord Troglodyte fuzz pedal. I worked with David Majuri of the Slowmatics and asked him what he wanted in a fuzz and came up with the Troglodyte and sent that over to him, and it's actually used on this album. Let's check it out. appreciate you watching this video. We're gonna wrap it up with one more record. But before we do, I just want to give a big thank you to all of the people that help support what I do here on the Fuzzlord Effects YouTube channel. So as we're listening to this John Lee Hooker record, we're gonna be running the names of all the Patreon supporters. If you want to know more about that, you want to support the channel, you can grab a t-shirt from fuzzlordeffects.com below the video, or check out the link in the description to the Patreon page where we do some Q&A, some giveaways every once in a while for pedals and gear and stuff. And big special thank you to all the producer supporters, Jonas, Jacob, Vaslavic, and Corey. So this is a record I picked up when I was a teenager, still a very important record in my collection. John Lee Hooker has just always been a big inspiration. If you haven't heard him much, I definitely recommend checking out this album. This is just him with his guitar, tapping his foot on the floor and singing. This guy was a band just all by himself and inspired so many people. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the comments. And again, big thank you to everybody on Patreon.
She didn't love me. She had to stay out all night long. Oh Lord. Well, my mama didn't love me. She had to stay out all night long. I didn't care what she didn't love. I was boogie boogie in a house. When I first come to town, people, I was walking down Haven Street. I heard everybody talking about the Henry Swain Club. I thought I'd drop in there that night. And when I got there, I said, yeah, people, yeah, they were really having a ball.